are you doing this morning?
Great, how are you?
All right. So what is happening with Ms. Shepherd?
A judge, we've conferred, and we need to reset it at least one time.
All right. Who's the state's attorney on Shepherd?
I am judge.
Do you know, does Ms. Shepherd have criminal history or no?
She does have some criminal history, Judge. I believe she has at least one state jail trip.
Okay. All right. So do you all have all the discovery?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. State, were you able to tender an offer?
We did, Judge.
All right. So what I'm going to do on Ms. Shepherd, I'm going to give you a 30-day reset. Ms. Ferguson, what date would that be?
July 28th.
All right, so on July 28th, that's going to be your plea deadline date. So on that date, you'll need to let the court know whether or not you want to accept the state's offer or whether or not you want a jury trial.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions about anything or about the process?
No, I'm trusting everybody.
All right, thank you. They're going to give, Ms. Ferguson is going to give you a reset form, then you're excused. I love your outfit, by the way.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. My sister picked it.
Court is calling 2022 CR 5306 and 2022 CR 5672, State of Texas versus Mary Lou Shepherd. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Marcus Anderson,
for the defense?
Cornelius Cox, and reason, I'm sorry.
Oh, just one moment. Let me put this on the record. Are you Ms. Shepherd?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Shepherd, the previous attorney appointed to you was Kirk Sherman.
Yes, ma'am.
Kirk Sherman is not here. Are you requesting a new attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Have you had any contact with Mr. Sherman?
I couldn't call him. He doesn't return my phone call. He hasn't. I called him yesterday when he told me to the day before the court date and he didn't answer back. And I've been using my sister's cell phone, so, but I've been around her, so he hasn't called me back.
All right, let me just put you under oath so you can repeat that. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. The previous attorney appointed for this case is Kirk Sherman. Have you had any contact with him?
No, not since our last trial date, but last week I called him to make sure that we was coming in on the 28th, and he said he didn't have the paperwork in front of him, and to call him the day before my trial date, and I called him yesterday and he did not answer.
All right. Are you asking for a new attorney?
Yes, I am.
All right, and the court will note that the attorney that's been appointed has been Mr. Cornelius Cox.
That's correct.
All right, and of course, Mr. Cox, today is your client's plea deadline date, but since you've been recently appointed, we're not going to hold you to that, or your client to that. All right, so what is happening and why is your client in custody?
Well, we can ask for that question. It appears as though she was in some type of jail outreach program. And she's presently living with one of her sisters. She was under the impression and was told that the only thing she needed to do was to appear in court. She's always appeared, and I don't think there's ever been a situation where the court had to issue a bond forfeiture or anything like that, a non-appearance. So we're just asking the court to she's on a PR bond. We just asked.
All right, we're going to go off the record for a moment.
Yes, ma'am.
Just have a seat, Ms. Shepherd. So what is happening with this?
We submitted paperwork, Judge, or I don't know if it's filled in or not.
Oh, the paperwork? I haven't. Okay. All right. The court is calling 2022 CR 5306, State of Texas versus Mary Shepherd. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Ryan Groomer for the state of Texas.
for the defense? And are you Ms. Shepherd?
Yes, I am.
All right. So Ms. Shepherd, it goes without saying you're not dressed appropriately for court.
I'm so sorry.
All right. That's okay. I always tell people everything is a learning process. If you know better, you can do better.
And I kind of knew, but I kept a friend of my mom's last night, and I had court this morning, and I didn't have anything else to wear, and she.
Okay. All right. So, you know-
I apologize.
no problem. So next time, I always tell people I'm not expecting fancy dress. They don't have to be suit and ties unless.
But I figured I'd show
Yeah.
up. I better show up anyway, everybody.
No, that's good. All right, I'm showing you what's entitled Discovery Acknowledged Counsel. Have you received all the discovery in this case, and did you review it with your client?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Shepherd, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review it with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment? State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Judge, we are waiving the repeat enhancement allegation.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses to this offense?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I do.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a $1,500 fine probated. State recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration 2022 CR 5672. There's to be no contact with Lola, Lola Lewis, and Otto, Hotto Harrison. Did you understand that to be the plea bargain agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor, just one thing that we're gonna ask the court with the Lola, that's actually the sister, and we're gonna have for no harmful or serious contact with her, or there are just in a communication.
I have no reason to disbelieve what Mr. Cox is saying. We have not spoken to the sister recently to confirm that one way or another, but I did tell him I would let him ask you because it sounds like maybe they reconciled since the thing happened.
Okay. And when was Lola born?
She was born in 59.
All right. She's probably named after Lola Falana.
Yes, she is actually.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. Ryan is too young. He's like,
So much of that name is Florida.
all right. Is that the plea bargain agreement?
It is, Judge.
Next, and Brenda, you're too young for that as well, right? Oh, my goodness.
Broadway star and singer and actress.
Yeah. Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargain agreement. State is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 2 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged in the indictment, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State any evidence.
Yes, Judge. State would offer State's Exhibit number 1.
Okay.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony? Did you understand? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, the court will defer finding the guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
I want to say to disprove the plea bargain.
All right, what is going on in your life, Miss Shepherd, that you're taking your sister's car? I mean, I read in the police report that your sister was sick at the time. She gave you permission to go to the grocery store to pick up groceries, probably soup and some Jell-O and popsicles for her, and she's sick. And then you come back and then you take a car again without her permission. And then she's calling you to bring her car back. And you're like, I'm down the street. I'll be right back. And then you don't come back. What are you doing? What's up wrong with your life?
Well, she left out the fact that she sent me up there to kick my mom's ass. She's by myself. And I just.
No, don't. Here's the thing.
I know it's wrong, but I just was upset.
No.
We were arguing. And I told her I was coming, and then I was sitting there, and we kept arguing on the phone.
Here's the thing. Your sister, wait, stop. Your sister is ill. The fact that she's not helping you with her mom's ashes, she's ill. And what I find is that some people cry when they've lost someone, but then when people take it over the top, you know the reason why they're taking it over top? Because they're guilty about something. Maybe they didn't do what they thought they should have done when the person was alive. Well, you know what? You got to get over it because guess what? The person is no longer alive. And whatever you didn't say and you should have said, you can pray or whatever to whatever higher power you believe in, and hopefully it reaches your relative. But I guarantee you the relative who passed is enjoying their afterlife. And you can't undo what you did do and what you didn't do. So, are there drug issues with you?
No.
No. You say not no more. What does that mean?
It means I was
What? Taking what?
cracked. I was.
When's the last time you used?
Uh,
All right. So why are you driving around with your mom's ashes and you on crack?
I took the ashes.
We'll do it real quick.
I took the ashes back to the house. Huh? And then I don't know. I was just sitting there reading the books, and I just got mad. And then I didn't want to come back when I was being high, so I wanted to keep the car. So when I would come down, and I was going to take our car back, which I did. I went back and and I put gas in, and I was on my way back home. I just wanted to come down.
I've never known anyone who's in their addictions with crack cocaine or anything decide to take a car and then fill it up with gas and bring it back.
We was at the gas station. That's where they stopped me.
All right.
I know it's crazy, but that's what I did.
Are you employed?
No, man.
How are you supporting yourself?
Actually, I just came from ITP. I just put down. I got an interview with.
So how you been taking care of yourself? That's my question.
I've been staying at ITP, and I've just been going and helping this Miss Hathaway and helping her at the house, and she paid me, and then we stayed there, and I cooked with him for it.
What, are you a home health care provider?
Yes, ma'am.
Not anymore. I don't allow that. You're gonna have to get a job.
Yes, ma'am. I do. I have an interview with Dr. Under the weather. Tell me one second.
Okay, well, let me just tell you, I don't allow people who are on probation out of this court to be home health care providers. So you're not going to be doing that. The fact that you took your sister's ID and medication, no, you cannot be a home health care provider. So do you have any children?
They're grown.
All right. This is what the court is doing. 2 years deferred adjudication, $1,500 fine probated. Take in consideration 2022 CR 5672. There's to be no contact with Otto Harrison. All right, and Mr. Cox, have you spoken to Miss Lewis?
I have.
All right, so do we even know if she wants to have contact with her sister?
It's just based on representation.
I'm going to do no contact. Sometimes, once you're on probation for about 3 months, then the court will reconsider. But I can't have people who are enablers for people. Like her sister never should have let her take the car to first place, even though she was ill and she was just supposed to go to the grocery store. So there's going to be no contact with Otto Harrison and no contact with Lola. You know what I'll say? I'll say no in-person contact with Lola Lewis. You can call her on the phone, but you're not allowed to have face-to-face contact until further notice. So y'all can call on the phone and you can FaceTime her. You just can't contact her in person. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Probation, is there anything else she needs?
Connor, if the tax valve says in person, in residential, you said.
Intensive outpatient treatment.
Thank you.
But I want her referred to felony drug court first.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you know what? We'll do field visits 2 times per month until further notice. Is there anything else you need from the court? Does that cover it? Yep. And I'll recall the warrant.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it? All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. You got to do better. Because your mom is no longer with you. The only family you have is, your sisters and everything. So here's the thing. With your sisters, y'all supposed to be sticking together, looking out for each other. All right. Okay, good luck to you.
Let's get the facts straight. She loves a verbal ashtray. Never blowing smoke when she gets pissed. She's quick to castrate. Love her on a good day, love her on a bad day. Either way,